let's try have Joe speak on the microphone.
Good morning.
Okay, well done. Sasa Joe is there?
Yes.
Asato Bado is not there. Bado
okay.
No. Try again.
Nimepatikana bado.
Umepatikana vizuri sana. Hebu wewe ongea tena.
Good morning.
Very good. And Joe? You're saying something?
Yeah.
Are you still saying something?
Yes.
Very good.
Something. Good
I
morning.
thought you're saying something.
Yes, I'm saying something.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll arrange ourselves somehow.
Tumepatikana.
Somewhere. So good morning. You know those people when you go for those functions and they say good morning, then they say good morning.
Yeah.
Then you say good morning once again.
Yeah.
My question is this.
Right.
What has changed between the first good morning and the second one when you say once again? As in, is it a new day? Why? What is the logic behind this?
Most of the time, it's because the first good morning guys are like, so the second good morning is where they respond like proper.
Yeah.
It's like calling you to order, to attention. Now we are here.
Good morning.
Good morning, too.
Good morning.
Good morning.
No.
Are you trying to call her to order?
Okay. So it's Friday. It's the 21st of August.
It is.
And you know what? The Premier League comes into action today. Today. Premier League today. And the Standard Group has the exclusive rights to this, so you don't have to miss a match. You don't have to miss one penalty, one goal scored, nothing. Because, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the good people at Radio Maisha and Birur FM will be with you every goal of the way. See what I did there?
Yes.
So you don't have to miss any EPL action from now until the end of the season when the best man team wins.
Yes.
Shh. Well, the best team wins. So all the EPL action coming to you as we get into things this week. So good morning, everybody. Aseto is here.
Nikapa.
Joe Kamanya is here.
Yes, I am.
Did I say I was going to do something?
In living flesh.
In living flesh.
As I live and breathe.
Color. Yes. Marion, good morning. Somewhere there. How are you? She's waving. Marion has let her hair down today. Partially.
Her hair. Just her hair.
Hey.
People let down their guard.
Oh, no, today's the hair.
Yeah.
But you know, when you let your hair down, it's like you're letting your guard down as well. But, that doesn't,
Yeah.
Okay.
apply for Marion.
Pretty sure Marion
is
like...
always on guard. She's like a sentry.
Yeah.
Jeez. Watu wanataka kukuona Marion. It's not me. It's
petition.
People are asking. Yeah, people want to see you. All right. A very good morning to everybody. And happy birthday, Joylene.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday to her.
And we're getting into Friday.
So is she growing up or maturing? But yeah, happy birthday.
I don't know.
Do people grow up or do they mature?
I think you grow up first, then you mature later.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what happens, actually.
Is growing up becoming taller anyway?
Yeah, I think growing up relates to physiology.
Yeah.
I think maturing relates to psychology.
And behavior,
And behavior. That's what I think.
So you could grow up and not mature.
100%.
Yeah.
And you could be more mature than you are grown.
Yeah.
110%.
Well, happy birthday all the more.
Indeed.
Okay.
May it be a wonderful day and into a wonderful year.
Yeah.
And we're getting into conversations this Friday where Mr. Sinan, my science teacher in high school, used to say, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. He used to say that. So he used to make us think. And he would walk through the school compound and he would see him, hi, Mr. Sinan, yes. And he would say, are you saying something nice? Because if you're not, zip it.
Shut up.
So people who want to now start slinging mud.
Yes.
Don't sling mud.
Don't
If
worry.
you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
What one to Flani would tell you is, even weather in Machungistan is still favorable.
Yes.
Weather in Machungistan is still favorable, so it's alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's it's political silly season, and if you're seeing things that are getting to fever pitch temperatures, let me tell you that if this is what we're going to see right now, if this is what we're seeing right now, what we are going to see in the very near future is what politics is going to do. So be ready for it. But I repeat, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. The conversations that we'll have today will be quite interesting, methinks. And we're going to get into it at 7 o'clock today. Did I say that our live stream is up? Yes, it is. YouTube, Facebook, and on X. Get in it with us this morning. And our audience tuned in on KTN, wherever you're tuned in around the country, the region, and the world. This is the Situation Room. It is Kenya's biggest conversation. We will have a conversation. The art of conversation is not lost, at least not here. And so we're going to get into it. Our conversation starts at 7 o'clock today. And we're going to be talking with Professor Grace Chesarek. You know who she is? She's the Deputy Governor of Elgeyo Marakwet County. It would appear as though there are some barbs that are being traded between herself and her governor. Now, when that happens, protocol and marginalization, how leadership fallout threatens service delivery. What's going on, Uko, in EM? You'll tell us. EMC, they'll let us know. So we'll talk about that.
You know, I grew up with an EMC in my life, which used to mean Eldoret Municipal Council.
That's a tukokwa EMC Elgeyo Marakwet County.
Yeah, you've taken me back.
This is where we are, EMC. And so it seems like the folks at EMC are not playing nice. So this means that a lot of things are disrupted as a result of that. And of course, we're going to have to bring in the conversation about the role of a deputy governor in the county. Do they just do what the governor says? Are they flower girls and boys? What exactly happens here? But so she'll come and tell us, kuna shida, lakini, this is how we are going to solve it. Our youth perspective conversation goes to youth and political goonism. The truth of the matter is that, unfortunately, the age demographic is the youth that is being used a lot of times to perpetuate a lot of this violence. Karaoke Gonjiri is a national youth leader, UDA. Mary Kadhomi is a political and governance analyst. They both join us for this conversation at 8 o'clock. And then at 9, there was a health summit, right? It took over 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
And there were many things that were told about, the workings of the system and how that has played out in the last couple of months. We're going to be reviewing healthcare in Kenya, evaluating the divide between the health summit promises and the on-ground healthcare realities. As we were preparing this conversation, the Kenyatta National Hospital sent out a circular.
Yep.
And they said, excuse me, if your case is not emergency, we're politely asking you to go to another facility for treatment because we just cannot take the numbers of people who are coming here due to the ongoing strike. Should this have been an issue that was discussed during the health summit? Perhaps.
I think discussed and solution found.
Right.
Yeah.
So, in the light of that, the Secretary General and CEO of the Kenya Medical Practitioners Dentist Union is Dr. Davji Atela. He will join us in the presence of Peterson Washira, who is the national chairperson of the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers. Let's have this conversation completely, because whereas there have been strides that have been made in the health sector, and that there are things that are laudable, the big dent in all of this is, are we able to actually deliver healthcare if certain things have not been met?
Right.
Okay, so that is what our conversations look like today. Karibuni sana. Tell us where you're tuned in from as you get into the room today, and we'll then be able to say a quick hello to you, and we'll have this conversation together. And remember, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
We went to Mauritius.
Yes.
Indeed.
The island nation. The capital is Port Louis. But then there's a city that goes unnoticed in Mauritius. It's a beautiful city. It's where all the corporate hodgepodge get. It's called Eben, and it's it's really nice to be. It's where all the offices are set up. Anyway, I digress. Carry on.
Yeah, because even as you bring that up, we talk about Mauritius. It is considered to be one of the economic blocks, especially in the continent, because the huge in manufacturing, aside from just tourism, that brings in a lot that pushes the economy. But Joe, the proverb that you get this morning, a short person, we're talking up about growing up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A short person hangs his bag where his hand can reach.
Well, no pun intended, right?
No pun intended.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I'm sure this has nothing to do with vertically challenged people, but it's more of like, knowing what you can do. and trying to be comfortable in your area, in your zone.
Yeah.
Knowing your limits, and trying to make things work for you, using what you have. Yeah. Without necessarily comparing yourself with others. You're who you are. Be as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. Do.
Yeah, I think also know your limits, know what you can or cannot do, know where you can or cannot tread. And I guess you will just be met with satisfaction. If you try, you can imagine somebody who's vertically challenged and just looking at it directly in terms of the picture of it. Somebody who's vertically challenged trying to then reach up to something that their height will not allow them. They're likely to fall flat on their face.
Yeah.
And we can apply that to life. If you go where you are limited, then your action also will be limited and you might get in trouble.
I'd look at it in terms of we all have visions, and visions in one way or the other are usually far off. But for you to get to that vision is one step at a time. So take your time, reach to where you can reach with the hope that you get to move further to attain that which you've intended to achieve.
Yep.
I agree. Si wacha tusalimie watu basi.
Salamia.
Okay. Karibu sana and welcome into the room, everybody. And even those who listen silently, very lovely to have you here as we get into conversations today. It's Friday. It is Friday. Friday means many different things to many people.
Yeah.
But we shall not go there just yet. We shall just pray and hope that this phone behaves itself. Okay, here we go. Voila. Very good morning to you, and tuned in is Don Sabwa. Good morning to you, Buonaseto.
Yes.
Why is it that the landing price, I think he means to say the landing costs of oil reduced by 30% and the pump price only reduces by less than 3%, 2.2 actually. Hapa Kenya, Hapa Singapore, Hapa 2060 vision. So he wants to know why is it that the landed cost has reduced by 30%, but then the pump price is less than 3% in terms of reduction.
So what I'll do is I'll talk to the expert, Opio and I,
All right,
to give us an explanation as to why when global fuel prices go down in Kenya, nothing seems to be happening.
Voila.
Yeah?
There, we wait for that. Kiaria Peter says, good morning to you from Mombasa. You never meet anyone by accident. There is always a reason. They are either a lesson or a blessing.
Yes.
That's absolutely true.
That's my lesson.
Robert Mbogo says, good morning from Mombasa. G. Kenyan says, good morning from Nairobi. Rogers Nyange tuned in from Bidikani and Voi. Very good morning to you. Osana Mark says, good morning, Spice family. It is a wonderful Friday. Okay, let us end the working week in Spice wisdom. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Margaret Wanjo, says, good morning. All at SpiceFM, the Situation Room. You're tuning in from Houston, Texas. It's still very hot. Yeah, that heat wave is more than a wave. This one, it's been waving for a minute. Let's continue the great conversation and have a great weekend. Let's do that. James says, hello. Be not cheated. What hast thou say? Those that shed innocent blood need no police to catch them. Absolutely. Human blood will hunt you down past your 10th generation. Exactly. James, on the money. There's something else you said yesterday, which is, just spewing it this week. But that's it. For sure. Be ye not mistaken.
Yep.
If we must speak in the old language, old English. Raskodor says, good morning, Madam Ndu, Mr. Seto from Eldoret City, listening to the Situation Room makes my day. Karibu kabisa. Margaret Wajohi says, whoever sheds another person's blood will pay dearly, very dearly. Simon Wehu says, good morning, Spice family. As we wrap up the week, let's maintain and preach peace. Let's do it. Andrew Chira says, good morning, Spices. I've got a concern. We all report to work, right?
Yes.
I'm disappointed seeing Parliament chambers with 90% vacant seats, yet the few who are in there are deliberating on issues that affect 50 million.
When they show you who they are.
Yeah.
Believe them.
Believe them. But don't worry, not for too long. Not for too long.
350?
They're even going on recess in November.
Yes, they
They
are.
don't come back after.
Until next year.
Yeah, actually they won't come
They
back.
won't come back. Oh, wow. You trapped me. Calvin Alembi says, good morning, Spices. What people don't know is that the goons were in the 26-27 financial budget. Good day to all.
Wow.
Okay. Bernard Ogamba says, watching KTN's Ruto Gallery of Lies, I opine his weakness is overpromising with unrealistic timelines, but not all is failure. Shah is working and some projects are progressing. Critique fairly. Okay, Bernard.
You've missed Kimiak.
Kimiak. I'm very sorry. I even missed Andrew. Andrew Schreier is tuning from Vancouver. Yeah. All right. Kimiak, Friday mornings, a bit of a morning run and a whole lot of SpiceFM Situation Room are perfect days. I like that combination, sir. To always remind you that nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa administration. How was your run, Kimiak? Leo says, good morning, Princess Ndu Aseto. Joyce, the road construction from Rironi shouldn't be used to destroy the iconic viewpoint. The design should have factored how they will be catered for. Kwani, it's affecting it.
It must.
Okay. Wanda says, good morning from Toronto. A very good morning to the Power Pair Ndu Aseto, and an extra special good morning to my dear Joe. Yours is an extra special. Yours is the coffee that comes with a dollop of vanilla.
Yes.
Morning to you too, Wanda.
I have a question for you three. When you ask a liar, do you expect to hear the truth?
You hope that perhaps they would change and tell the truth.
You hope?
Or it's the hope there is.
Okay. The truth is that they will lie. Yes.
Well, there's your answer, Wanda.
Yeah. You're not hopeful? Okay.
I mean, you say when they show you whom they are,
you believe them.
So they've shown you they are liars. Just believe that they are lying.
Well, Isakale says, good morning, TSR family. Where the Uji is hot, the politics are hotter, and every guest comes with a different spice. Some are salt, some are pepper, and others are just political chili. Have a seasoned Friday. Thank you so much, Isakale. Good morning to you. Margaret Wanjohi says, hello, Ndu, Dennis, and Joe. Keep up the good work. We love you. We love you too. Miss Pia says, good morning, everyone. Welcome back, Joe. We're always happy to see you. Hopefully,
happy to be back. Hopefully, what?
Everyone has remembered to take their morning objectivity drug this morning. Yes. Please, we remember yesterday we were chastised and we're told, Bana, be objective, be positive. So this is the prescription moving forward. We've been diagnosed, and so now the doctor has ordered 2 tablets of positivity 3 times a day. Okay. We've taken for this morning. Have you taken?
I have.
All right. Well done.
It's kicking in.
It's kicking in already. Maybe next week we will be diagnosed and prescribed with positivity pills.
True.
But we shall see.
Right.
Eric Nganga says, good morning, Spice. Says, finally, EPL is here. We can switch our focus from politics. Is that what you were waiting for? Mercy Igoke says, Buona Sifiwe. Amen. Buona Sifiwe tena.
Amen,
yes,
amen.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So is it that we didn't hear the first time, or that you want God to be praised again?
So here's
Do you
the
understand?
Thing. When they say Buona Sifiwe the first time, usually is Buona Sifiwe. The second time, Buona Sifiwe. You have to stress it like that.
But they say tena.
Yeah. Asifiwe tena.
Sasa yeye asifiwe ama unyinyi mujibu.
Wewe sifu tu Bwana ukisema amen.
Achana na Bwana.
Bwana was just chilling.
Mercy. Sasa, you see what you've done. Greeting Ndu, we are fine, thank you very much. Benjamin Kibiri says, good morning, Spice. Erica War is tuned in this morning and says, good morning to everybody. Good morning. Gekota says, good morning, my people. Princess Ndu, Dennis, Joe. If he is somewhere under the covers, the killer goons are not to be arrested, but the keyboard warriors are kidnapped. I'm telling you, it's a crazy kind of something, and disappeared. Just saying, watching from Miami in Florida. Melbourne, knock, knock. Who's there? Melbourne, good morning. Vesh Musanga, good morning. Tuned in from Windhoek. Good morning to you. How are things in Namibia? Good morning to you. Love Windhoek. Okay. And Vesh, it's lovely to have you in the room this morning. Karibu sana. And thank you for being here as you tune in. Oh, wait, we've lost. Okay. Sylvia Lego says, good morning, Joe Ndu. Dennis, happy to see you, Joe Ndu. Ahadi ni deni. Hey. I'm here for the Malaika song.
Tumekukumbusha.
Sing it.
Sing.
I said I was going to sing the song today.
Sing song.
I need to remember the words. Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Hey. Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Na
nami nifanyeje
kijana mwenzio nashindwa na mali sina we ningekuoa malaika.
My lord
nashindwa na mali sina we ningekuoa malaika.
All the angels in my life.
You have faith.
Isa Kale Kamanya, hiyo t-shirt imeweza. Clearly some people come prepared for the fashion politics. No coalition negotiations required. Samuel Karongoi Mwangi says, good morning. Lovely team, I like your energy. Let's speak hope and direction yet another day to our great nation. God loves Kenya. God bless Kenya. Kabisa. Jennifer Tenny says, good morning, Nduaseto and Joe. Happy birthday, Joylene. Lovely day, Spice family. Kabisa. Mashari and Jeru says, good morning, Spice team. Ndu, Dennis and Joe, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. That's true. Wangi Juma says, good morning, SpiceFM. How are you all this Friday? Let this question cut across the politicians in Kenya. What's Linda Mwananchi coming to do in Homa Bay? Said Madame Her Excellence. Which one? Eric Awino Olio says, good morning, Nduaseto and Joe. We are a country that has normalized mediocrity, impunity, and the bare minimum from its leaders. We deserve better.
True.
Bera. Kimi Yak says, Joe, always a pleasure. Karibu.
Asante.
Do you know what the gospel says, Joe?
Tell I. Do tell.
Kimi Yak.
Oh, nothing good. Nothing good. Indeed.
He's a follower of this gospel.
Yeah.
Kimi Yak.
Yes.
Dante says, good morning, blessed Spice fam. Another one for the regime of poverty. There's a communication amendment bill on its final stages to be law that when passed will see internet and info inaccessible to many. It cannot be. And you want to go to which world?
Singapore.
All right. Try it and see. You'll be going backwards. Christina says, good morning. Good morning to you, Christina. Claire Lucendo says, good morning to Dennis and Joe watching from Texas. You all spice me up. Kabisa. Let's bring it. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, SpiceFM team. Confirmed. AI just hacked another AI. People are not ready. And AI has hacked its brother.
Yep.
Wanda says, someone once said, when politicians behave like children, it's the citizens who pay for the broken toys. We should tell them to practice their inner voice. I know. Peace. Peace. When trouble blows. Hey, peace. I live with you. I speak to you. Caesar Nero. That's interesting that your name, Caesar and Nero. You look into the history of the Roman Empire and look at the significance of those two individuals. Anyway, it's been close to 2 years since we are waiting for Ndu's album. Namnagani huku. Yani hiyo umekuja hiyo kusema hiyo tu. Caesar. I'll do a cover. I'll promise I'll do a cover. Don't ask me when, but I will. I promise. Opio Polycarp says, good morning, Spices. It's Friday. Brian Rono says, ham jambo nyote. Then you say?
Hatu jambo.
We're not jamboing. Ama?
Hatu jambo is actually a positive response.
Hatu jambo.
Ham jambo, hatu jambo. Tuko sawa. Salama.
Really, Kitale says, blessed Friday team. And why is it that when the seat becomes hot, the interviews last 1 hour? Kindly, we need an extension of 2 hours like yesterday's between Joachim and the UDA guy interview. I love one of the phrases by Otieno Kajang. It's going to get hotter. Nabado.
And when you're coming, because it's hot, come with your passionometer.
Hey, come with your passionometer. Yes, meanwhile it's hot in here. Anyway, Sam says, Ndu the Princess, Joe the Man, and Dennis the Menace. Have a lovely Friday and weekend at Baraka Tele. All right, we'll take that. Samuel says, short man hangs his coat where his hands can reach. Most practical reflection is the KK administration, the misery we see and the experience. Greed, deceit, violence, governance, failure is all their ability. What? Wait, bana. See, tumesema tutakula nini za positivity.
Objectivity.
Oh, no, this week is objectivity. Oh, hatujaanza kukula hizo tembe za positivity. Okay. Jace says, they're not in stock. Kemsa, I'm sure Opio Wandai has left his brain. Oh, yeah. Okay. Some things I have to be careful, but I mean, Bwangi Juma says, hi Spice, indeed Shah is registering, but the service is not meant to provide service. It's not what it okay. But the service it was meant to provide, Bado. Commas are your friends. Ndu said Friday means anything to everyone. No, I said Friday means different things to different people. That's what I said. Friday is a day when Kesha in State House, Rachel can pray for rain. We should start praying to prevent El Nino. You're not going to be able to prevent El Nino. Unfortunately, it is coming. It's a natural phenomenon. What you can do is that you can mitigate the effects if you plan early.
Well,
yes.
Mungu ni nani? You remember that statement?
Mungu alali.
Yeah. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, Christina, but indeed, You said I should say it means anything to everyone. All right. Levi Moriasi says, good morning, Nduaseto and Joe. This is Levi Moriasi from Kisumu. I love it. Security, good morning. The way ambassadors are visiting Sifuna, my heart melts. Good day, Sifuna. Yeah, he's gotten quite a number of courtesy calls from folks. Beatrice Omanwa says, good morning. Tabi Shi says, good morning. Mutuflani, good morning. Make sure signal for Machungu stand 182.4. 182.4 equal live. Where? One hate. Sospita Kimani says, good morning, Spice family. Better days are ahead. Let's get united, support one another, work hard, and keep hope alive. No matter the challenges, our strength, resilience, and spirit will shine. Kabisa. Nick Bala says, good morning. Politicians view the youth either as tools or enemies. That's the conversation that we're going to have today.
Yeah.
Do you realize how you're actually seen? Cliff Sunday says, good morning, Team Spice. Good to see you, Joe, again. The best lesson we need to learn is politicians are the biggest problem in Kenya. We need leaders, not pretenders and warmongers. Yes. Sylvia Lego says, songbird kwa ubora wake. Spice up the day. Love you guys so much. Kisses to you. Hugs everywhere around. Thank you so much. Asante sana, Sylvia. Give another one. I'll sing it next week. Good morning, everybody. Karibuni sana. Lovely to have you in the room. We don't take it for granted that you join us every morning as you do, and we get into these conversations together. The standard headline today. It has disappeared. On your own is what it says. The institutions and people charged with protecting Kenyans have left them to their own devices. The National Police Service, the DCI, the ODPP, IPOA, NCIC, and Parliament have watched political violence spread from rallies to by-elections and even churches, with deaths, injuries, and destruction piling up while accountability remains elusive. Even the church seems unable to handle the situations. Kenyans are calling for the politicians to behave and for the Inspector General of Police to quit. But that seems about it.
Yeah.
That's all that can happen. Condemning.
Praying for it.
We pray, warning. Yeah.
Orders.
Meanwhile, people are dying.
Yeah.
But we just condemn that.
Property is being wrecked.
Yep.
It's quite unfortunate. Indeed, we are now, no one is coming to save us but ourselves.
This is true. I mean, to an extent, because what are you going to say? If the institutions that have been put in place to ensure that this should happen is not happening, then what do you say? Well, you have to figure it out for yourself, isn't it?
True.
But do you have the capacity to resist violence? Because again, violence is created, is instigated in one or the other. So what if there was no youth? Because the youth seemed to be the source of goonism. That's what they say. If there is no youth who is participating in violence, if we all say no to violence, like how we just resist, what would change? How would that look like? Would that be a great country?
The greatest of nations have been built as a result of some kind of uncomfortability, and that it's those who rose beyond that uncomfortability and actually resisted it that have then built nations that stand. It's historical. Just look through it. It is not pretty.
No,
but there's something that has to give at some point.
The fact that you find those in these positions ought to have also ensured that things like poverty do not exist, so that no one comes to take advantage of the young people. Are the very same people who do not pass the policies that will address the situation, but come back and weaponize that poverty that they have created themselves. So if we also as Wananchi, we need to equally ensure that the people put into office are there to change things.
You might want to know that the picture is this tripartite image of DCI boss Mohammed Amin, Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula, and Chairperson of the IEBC Erastus Ethekon are the ones on the front page. It's just representing the folks that don't represent you.
Is this Ethekon?
Oh, is it who?
No. This is NCIC.
Oh, sorry, this NCIC, Reverend Omai.
Yeah.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. It's the glasses. Political violence. Here's not mine. Okay. Political violence. Political violence surges as state agencies draw ire over inaction, and that's the question. That what exactly is going on here? So the Association of Pentecostal Vocational Training Institutions of Kenya, WEC, did you know there was a thing?
No.
The CEO, Namusasi Chinungo, flanked by members during a press conference at the Daystar University yesterday, and they said, no, stop it, we're not doing that anymore. Okay. Political violence may land top leaders at ICC, warn experts. Lawyers say failure to stop violence and incitement can form grounds for politician to the for a petition to the Hague Court. While the country's judicial system is strong, the president, police, DPP, and other agencies appear unwilling to punish culprits. That's what it appears. I mean, look, perception is everything.
Yeah.
And it appears as though you're unwilling to do something about it. Because guess what? It's Friday. And the most recent ones happened on Sunday. Before that, a young man was killed in a police station. Two. One here in Nairobi and one east of us in Makueni. Come on. If nothing is done about it and we don't hear anything about it, the assumption is that nothing is being done.
And there's also the other worrying factor is that I think on Sunday we lost 2 policemen.
Yeah.
And a few more are injured. So no one is being spared.
Nobody.
Yeah.
If you thought mobilizing goons was just for your opponents, now even the police service itself, which is not taking action,
It's compromised.
It's compromised.
Yeah.
So we need to have a serious recoil against violence as a people. Because the person who mobilizes is just one person, but he mobilizes 100 of you. So you have the power to say no. What is it that they are protecting? They're just protecting their own position, whatever that position may be, because you're only used for that day. And you don't know whether you're going to go home. The policemen who lost their lives now makes me wonder, what will the deployment of the next political event look like?
Why are you assuming there will be? They just don't care. I think for the police, they need to realize that when they went for them, we were silent.
Yeah.
Now they've come for us, and there is nobody to speak for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody's being wooed, like woo, baby. His name is sorry. Boy, I need to remember. His name is Kalonzo Musyoka, and it seems that he's being wooed by Gachagua, so that should be fun. ODM power sharing demands unsettle Kenya Kwanza allies. Okay, just leave us alone. Kenyan sleuths closing on cause of Ecuador spy chief chopper crash. There's something afoot there. It's not just your normal crash, from what we're being told. Okay, so that's something to look into. A senior school dropout rate, a threat to CBE rollout, reveals new survey. Jesus.
A what?
I'm not those ones for good morning again. No, I can't. I am unable to, because yikes, senior school dropout, folks are dropping out, and you have to ask questions why. What are the reasons why? So we're going to look into that story a little bit in a short while. But I want to tell you that the the National Infrastructure Fund, according to FCPA CS.
Just
experts.
Skip the prefix.
Will only fund economically viable projects. That's what they've said. Only the ones that are economically viable is what we will spend money on. And the story before that, speaking about a viable project, is that the Lamu refinery plan gets a boost with Dangote's 130 billion shilling underwriting. Hey, Aliko doesn't joke. Dangote is not joking.
What is Kai Kai?
Kai Kai is
Guys,
it's okay, it's booze. Kai Kai is booze, but like not Kai Kai. Kai Kai.
Kai Kai.
Kai Kai. So it's the strong stuff. It's like, what is the stuff that people, hey God,
may only know on
sort of a moonshine.
What is that?
Konyagi, what?
It's something like that. Exactly. It's it's locally produced.
So it's like Buratina.
From what? Millets,
coconuts, a big palm wine water, but then it's left to ferment longer than the palm wine that you tap from the tree.
It's just like changa,
But that's what I was looking for. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Exactly. So some of the youthful CSs are a liability to Ruto's government. That's what's in the opinion pages of the Standard by Mushiri Karaja. All right, so that's kind of what it looks like in the Standard. A lot of the stories in the Standard we'll be talking about in a lot of our conversations this morning. All right.
So let's go to the Daily Nation real quick. And the picture we see here is of that of IG, Douglas Kanja, and a marked man. So police chief faces mounting pressures to quit over rising crime and gun culture. So opposition leaders, activists and clerics piled pressure on police chief Douglas Kanja to quit over gun attacks. So he is under siege there. And there is a dossier where intelligence reports reveals at least 500 goons were deployed to cause violence in Homa Bay last Sunday. Where was intelligence to stop this? Now, there's a power struggle where conflict between Kanja and Police Commission reportedly threatens national security. And the power struggle here was on the payslip, who gets to pay the police, right? Now, the crackdown, police boss orders interdiction of all officers on duty at a station if a suspect dies in custody. Remember, that's an order that was given by IG Kanja.
So have they interdicted the ones who are at Muthaiga
Muthaiga and Makueni? Yet two.
So what does immediate mean?
Immediate? Definition could be different.
Oh, okay.
Immediate could be after investigation. Immediate could be now, as investigations come later.
Could also be never.
That too.
Yes.
That too. Tripartite. Definition of immediate.
May God help us.
Yeah, so there is also a story on the final moments of chopper that crashed, killing 7. That, as the Standard as well, has carried the same. Now we go to page 2 and 3 as well, has focused on that chopper crash that happened, as Kenya mourns Jose Alberto Suarez, the man behind the stories that filled our evenings. Telemundo, you know.
Filled whose evening? Okay, sorry.
Oh, you see Telemundo, you know Telemundo, eh? So there is no one but you, that was the very first Telemundo to come to the country. And according to the story, the country was stopped because everybody would come to watch Telemundo, no one but you at the time. So the gentleman, Jose Alberto, is the CEO president of Telemundo. So in one way or the other, it is felt. The loss is felt in the country because the man who was behind Telemundo being screened in our TVs has gone. Olima.
Yeah.
Telemundo. Now, like Kome before him, Kanja is in trouble 2 years into office. Olima, yes. Agencies rallied to defend Ruto's record. So every ministry, department and agency will be required to develop strategies aligned with the national communication policy. Let me tell you, the greatest communication any government would get is feedback from its people. If SHA is working, who will tell you it's working? If education funding model is working, who will tell you it's working? It is not the agency implementing the same. It is the people that ought to benefit from these policies. So
why are you shouting?
I'm not shouting. I am offering free advice, free of charge. Do not set up that whatever you're trying to set. Just come to me, I will tell you for free. We're trying to save money to Kaza Mikanda, so I'll give them advice for free. Now, Nyoro's break with Ruto redraws 2027 opposition map. Nitaiwachia hapo because a lot has been said as well when it comes to defection of Ndindi Nyoro. So hapo tunawachia hapo. Officer who died after rally was set for promotion. Yeah, so a police constable died and 4 colleagues were injured when the vehicle crashed in Kisumu County after a stone thrown at it during their return from the security assignment in Homa Bay town on Sunday night. So, yeah, that's a family that has lost one of their own, probably the breadwinner of the family. Now, report names 500 youth in Homa Bay rally chaos. Probe has been expounded on page 7. And UDA popularity on test as Gachagua tours Emurua Dikir. So Gachagua is expected in Emurua Dikir today. He will be going to former MP Johanna Ngeno's home as well. Conversation that Rigathi had with the mother to Ngong as well has been shared on the social media. So let's see what that means in Emurua Dikir. This even as other leaders have warned him not to step foot in Emurua Dikir.
This stepping foot, I beg they should not disturb us so jarry.
I have a question.
Step foot it.
If a criminal is convicted of a crime, whether murder or stealing or whatever it is, but they appeal, should they be set free until the appeal is concluded, or do they stay in detention?
Because you're guilty, yeah?
Yes, you've been found guilty. But then you're appealing.
According to the Chief Justice, once a sentence is given, because this person has already been charged and they've gone through court, they've been found guilty, according to the Chief Justice, because she sat here and said these words, that a sentence is a sentence. If you're guilty, and it holds. But we've seen that the same law, which from what we've understood so far, could be a cross between a horse and a donkey. Figure out what that is. We'll also tell you that until all avenues of appeal have been exhausted, this person actually has an opportunity to carry on with their business. There are many examples in this country of how that happens.
So I'm asking that because if the verdict stands that I'm guilty, we have an impeached character.
I knew we were going somewhere with this.
The impeached deputy president stands impeached, even though he's exploring all these other avenues.
Yeah.
So
if you're impeached, in fact, the word she used, if you're impeached, you're impeached.
You're impeached.
Yeah.
So in all honesty, we need to have that conversation as Kenyans and agree what are the limitations of an impeached person during political discourse.
We are appealing.
Okay.
I am innocent until proven guilty.
So that is my question.
Let's look at the star.
The star is shining.
Okay.
Well, I say Siasa. Here is why violence, intimidation will not deliver. Luo Nyanza. Our story continues on page 4. Also, pilot Otram. Life defined by flying in wild places. That's the pilot who was flying the chopper. He's done quite a lot of work in Kenya and flying about. Then ICC, alarm bells sound again as Kenya heads to 2027 elections. Opposition, rights groups turn to the Hague, Den Haag, amid rising violence. We should be more afraid of Kenyan reaction than some international court intervention, in my opinion. That was on page 1. Page 2. Same stories continue. But on page 2, there's an interesting story. There's a survey that says over 50% of Nairobi residents oppose minimum fare for ride hailing. There is that proposal on the minimum amount you could pay, so there are mixed reaction from Kenyans. Page 4, it says opposition chiefs rev up nationwide engagement in battle against the outgoing President William Ruto. That story continues on page 4. Kalonzo and the impeached deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, set for retreat to strike a power deal.
Okay.
He says in next 2 weeks or so, they'll be meeting somewhere just to strike some power sharing.
It could be a phone call. But
No, it's a retreat.
Okay.
Both parties,
the
Wiper and the that party, the DCP party.
What happens to the other 9 or 8 in that formation?
You know, there's always others in the list. There is 1, 2, 3, and others. Page 9. Court strikes out case challenging Atuoli's re-election. So Francis Atuoli has secured a legal win after the Employment and Labour Relations Court struck out a petition challenging his re-election as the Kotu Kenya SG. Interesting.
Him and Paul Biya.
Same WhatsApp group.
Same, huh? El Nino could hit Kenya early as flood risk rises. We need to be on the outlook for that because I'm expecting wet hunger in the coming months. Page 12, this is interesting. Debt question. What did Kenya borrow? Where did money go? Please read up on page 12 of the Star. It stood at 13 trillion at the end of June 2026, up from about 8.7 trillion in September. It says of how much was borrowed from 2022 all the way to now, where did the money go, and that whether there's been compliance, that we should not be borrowing for the recurrent expenditure, but it's clearly showing we've been paying excess of 1.7 trillion in terms of recurrent expenditure. So if our tax revenue is 2.4, 2.3, what are we left with? And the price of debt, this becomes the question that we all need to be conversant with. But most importantly, I dare tell you, we've been talking about apparel. How is it coming? The couture, how is it coming up?
A sweater.
Well.
A sweater.
A sweater.
A sweater couture.
Sweater couture.
Kenya eyes UK is for not Kisumu, but United Kingdom market with increased textile exports.
Lovely.
Okay.
Kenya hopes to tap into the United Kingdom textile clothing market with improved access under the UK-Kenya Economic Partnership Agreement, EPA. The push comes as manufacturers simultaneously explore opportunities in the European Union and China, while the 2-year extension of the AGOA has restored certainty for exporters targeting the lucrative US market. The UK-Kenya trade relationship has expanded significantly under the EPA, with total trade rising to 1.4 billion Pounds. Yes, not euro, pounds. According to the Kenya Investment Authority, investment said that the apparel market presents particularly strong potential, noting that the UK is Kenya's 12th largest export destination for apparel. Yet Kenyan products amount for only an average of 0.6%. This is what I would want you to hear. This highlights substantial room for growth. Investment Kenya said, adding that British consumers are increasingly seeking ethically produced quality garments. Now, question. How are we exporting apparel? Clothes.
Where manufacturing doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Continue.
Don't talk about EPZ.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we don't manufacture
I'm going to tell you one thing for
anything.
sure. Some of the greatest cardigans or sweaters you can get come from the UK market. So now question is, if you're talking about apparel and this is an area you're looking into, do we have cotton that is being propagated at high levels, and do we have further processing of the same? If not, we still remain at 0.3%.
Yes. Now, we are exporting, but how much apparel do we import?
Exactly. That's where I was going.
You know, and then here we're talking about ethically produced and quality garments. That's what we export. Do we import ethically produced and quality garments? You know, so the oxymoron of it is what strikes me as odd. We need to, as you say, look into manufacturing. I've seen new species of cotton coming up.
Bitumen, I think.
And if we don't look into that, then we're being out on our market, because we have enough local supply, not just in Kenya, but also in Africa. You don't need to go to the UK, my people.
We're getting to the top of the hour. Actually, we are at the top of the hour, but I just thought I'd tell you that on the front page of the Nairobian today, in the top far left, Janet Oko says that boarding schools are no longer sustainable. I'm inclined to agree.
The Situation Room, the only way to start your day.